If you want your sim to get really into entomology and be able to just breed their own butterflies and moths, you're going to have to raise caterpillars. This is actually a really fun thing to do. I think it's a good way to get all of these if you don't feel like going and catching them all yourself. And you're able to do it with one of these, which is the Flutterarium Caterpillar Incubator. You can purchase this item for 15 simoleons from the Build catalog, and you can actually also get it from the ranger station in the Wanderwood Wilds neighborhood of Gibby Point. To start raising your first caterpillar, you're going to click on one of these incubators and go start raising a caterpillar. Now, the types of caterpillars that you are able to raise depend on your level of the entomology skill. The more rare ones, like a red admiral butterfly, are going to require level 5. The easier ones, like the banded king shoemaker, requires level 3. However, you can choose the unknown option. This is going to be available to you right away, even if you haven't gained the skill yet, and it will just spawn a random one. When you have a lower level of the entomology skill, it will most likely just be a common butterfly or moth, but as you get higher, there's a higher chance of you getting rare ones. You'll get a notification when you start raising your caterpillar that says your sim has begun the task of raising a caterpillar in the caterpillar incubator. They will need to care for the caterpillar, feeding and tending to it every once in a while until it emerges from its cocoon into a full-grown butterfly or moth, and you'll get that notification every time you do one. So the first stage is when it is a caterpillar, and it just kind of sits at the bottom. It says stage, larva, growth speed, normal, type unknown. So right now it is Sunday at 9 a.m. and we are currently a caterpillar. Your options here are to view the caterpillar or feed the caterpillar, and that's all you can do. So these interactions do have a cooldown. It'll say this interaction has been completed recently, so you really don't have to do much with your caterpillars. You can kind of just chill and just let them raise themselves. So every time you do one of these interactions, you will gain the entomology skill, and if you get your sim focused, they'll gain the skill even faster because it is the ideal mood for that skill. So around 8 hours later, it's now 5:13 p.m. We can see the first one going into a cocoon. And when you hover over this, it'll say type unknown because we did just pick the unknown one. Stage, cocoon, growth speed, normal. The options for a cocoon is you can still view it, but you can also read to it, which I think is a very cute interaction. And it's the same with this. While your sim is reading its cocoon a book, it will also gain the entomology skill. And then you'll just be on another waiting game. So that one decided to go to a cocoon at 5 p.m. and we'll see how long it takes for it to become an actual moth or butterfly. So when you first put a caterpillar in the incubator, all of them are going to have growth speed normal. So this one here in this incubator has had no interactions done to it and it still has growth speed normal. This one here has been fed, which actually speeds up the growth speed and makes it faster. So you will see those caterpillars who are being paid attention to grow quicker. So 12 hours after it went into its cocoon, this one has created a banded king shoemaker butterfly, which is one of the ones that are common. What you're going to do now is you're going to click on it and click gather butterfly or moth. If you're doing the raise a butterfly quest, you have to click this to be able to finish the raise a caterpillar part of that. When you gather one, you'll get the notification letting you know that you've gathered it, and it will appear in your Sim's inventory. And one thing you can do is drag it out of your Sim's inventory, click on it, and hit examine. This is going to reveal additional information about the species in your Sim's notebook, giving you just a little bit more info. And another note on growth speed, it only lasts the amount of time of the cooldown for that interaction. So you'll need to go back and feed the caterpillars again to give them that growth speed fast. As you can see, we're back to fast. These ones have been on normal the entire time. So you just get like a slight benefit. And these ones are cocooning now, which is wonderful. But it works the same when they're in a cocoon. You're going to want to read to them, view them, and just pay attention to them a little bit to get them to grow quicker. But it isn't necessary to keep them alive or anything. But yeah, that's everything you need to know about getting these little creatures to grow in these incubators. It's actually super easy and can be really fun, and you can complete your butterfly collection this way, or you can catch them all if you're feeling a little bit frisky and want to explore the entire world. If you enjoyed this video, you obviously love The Sims, and if you love The Sims, you would love the Unofficial Sims Cookbook, which I wrote a few years ago, and I am still so incredibly proud of. If that's something you're interested in, there is a link in the description where you can check it out and see if it's something that you might be interested in owning.